Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing in the qualifiers for the 2025 Seirawan Chess Championship. Seirawan Chess introduces two new pieces, the hawk, which moves like a bishop and a knight, and the elephant, which moves like a rook and a knight. These new pieces can be placed on the square from which a back rank piece moved for the first time. Now I will preface this episode by saying that there were some weird moments where the leaderboard had players who were clearly either cheating or match fixing or something of the like, but to the best of my knowledge, the team behind the tournament made sure that the right players made it to the final championship. I hope you guys enjoy and let's dive in. Okay, so I'm not even sure if this will get to YouTube because right now I'm waiting to join and it seems to be open to absolutely anybody. But despite starting in 3 minutes, there's no obvious way to actually join the standings at the moment. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay, and I have queued myself up. It's exactly what I suspected, which is that it opens and then suddenly you just sort of join. Okay, and of course our first pairing is against a national master. Now, do I actually have a setup here that's good for this? I don't believe I do. I'm going to start with d4. I do apologize that the side of this is currently a little messed up. I'll have to fix this in between rounds, but I'll go ahead and blow this up for the time being, and that will just have to do. Okay, we get pawn to c5. We'll play e3. I feel like most of these players just kind of take and then you can take back, and this is what I prefer to play as well because it opens up my bishop. There's no pawn on e3 in the way. We'll play pawn to c3 and sort of decide, or rather let the opponent decide how we're going to establish this position. We'll play knight to f3. Let's go bishop to f4. No, bishop to f4? Yeah, bishop to f4 I think is fine. We'll continue without placing a piece for the time being. And I've just noticed this isn't centered as well. Aha, look at that. Nicely centered. We do get knight to c6. Let's go bishop to d3. And this time, actually, I think we'll also continue without placing a piece. We'll place a piece most likely when we move one of these two knights or the queen. It is worth noting that you can run out of moves to actually place a piece. So you do want to get that done relatively soon. We'll play knight to f3. And I guess we'll place the elephant right now. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Should the bishop take, we can replace it with the elephant, and then it's already poised for an attack. We'll play h3 right now and boot the bishop. I'm going to make them decide what exactly they want to do with it. But they just move it back. Okay, let's go knight to d2 and place the hawk as well, which now forms a battery with the bishop. To look down to h7, we get bishop d6. The opponent has yet to place either of the two pieces. So you'd imagine they're just holding off on it for some ulterior motive. Let's go ahead and take. They do take back with the queen. We'll develop the hawk and target the queen. There's also ideas of hawk to b5. And the queen goes back to b8. Okay, fair play to the opponent. I still think I'm going to insist on a kingside attack. So I'm going to play the hawk back to c2. So we set up that battery once more. And in my perfect world, the opponent does castle. Okay, and they place the elephant on h8. You'd imagine that's open sesame for me on the kingside then. It's going to be difficult to string together an attack, but I still think it's very possible. Let's go with g4 first. Push the bishop back. We can trade these off. I'll develop my queen. I'll go for a long castle, and hopefully we have an attack there somehow. Or actually I could just go h4 right away because I really don't gain a whole lot from castling unless the opponent goes for a center break. Great timing, opponent. They really understand comedic timing. Okay, they do take. So you'd imagine now I should be worried about getting my king out of the center of the board. If I do play queen to e2, they'll probably just take, and I'm kind of just left there with my queen in my hands. So maybe just king to f1? It sure seems risky, but I only have 40 seconds to figure out what I want to make of this. Okay, I'm going to take first, and the knight has to take back. So far, so good. Now, so far, so good, I say, while I panic about the position. Now I'm going to move the king out of the way. If they do want to take, there's not much that I can really do about that. And then I'm just going to look for h5 and pretty much any sort of attacking idea that I can string together there. In my defense, this is a national master. Okay, and they do take on g4, which makes perfect sense. h5 is probably just a blatant sacrifice, or rather, a blatantly free pawn. But in my head, it's a sacrifice to see if I can open up the position at all. The pawn does take back. Let's go knight g5. We're trying to coordinate some pieces here. How concrete this plan is extremely debatable, but we're trying. We'll play knight here. It's very, very difficult to see where my attack sort of spawns from. Rook shuffles over. We'll go queen to d3. You'd imagine lining up against h7 is one of my few chances here. And I do only have 18 seconds as well. So it is time to get serious here in just a moment. Okay, you'd imagine maybe I can take, check, but they have that final sacrifice every time. So we'll play the elephant to h3 instead, targeting the queen. Okay, and I'm going to focus up here as well. Oh, why did I pre-move that? There was no need. There was no need for me to pre-move that. Yeah, well played to the opponent. Wow, that's such a sell. I was doing I was actually winning there for a minute, and suddenly my only hope here is a flag. Okay, we'll go ahead and rejoin the arena. That is so disappointing. I'm extremely disappointed in myself for that. What are the standings? 15. Hello? How do you have 15 points already? Running through people. Yeah, that is extremely disappointing. Okay, we have a score of 0 so far. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves on this game. Man, I really gave that National Master a run for his money, but it just did not pan out for me. Okay, we get another C5. It's time to focus. Focus, this is a brand new game. We have a 1500 rated opponent with a question mark, so they might actually be a very decent player. We'll play knight to f3, and I usually just end up placing the elephant there anyways, so I'll go ahead with that. We'll stop this idea from the get-go. We do get pawn to d5. I'll go bishop to f4, continue without placing a piece. And thus far, it's been pretty enjoyable for me to place this hawk on b1. Seems to cause the opponent plenty of issues. So I've now committed both of my pieces. I don't really have an issue with that. You could, oh, how did I miss that? Okay, now I'm just not seeing anything. Okay, we'll play this and boot out the hawk. Yeah. No, I need to genuinely actually focus. Okay, they offer a hawk trade. I mean, do I want that? Not really. We'll play this, get that hawk out of here. What I want is to sack on g6 in spectacular fashion to win along this diagonal. What are the odds that actually happens? I don't want to do the math. We do get the pawn to f5. Okay, if they do want to trade the hawk for a knight and a pawn, I'm more than happy to oblige, but more than likely they'll just end up moving the hawk out of the way. We are down a piece, so we have to very much justify the situation that we've now found ourselves in. We'll hold down e5 so that e6 is something of a weakness. I just can't believe I missed that. That was such a bad miss. We get knight to f6. Now we'll play, what do we play here? We'll play this. This moves like a knight and a rook, so you'd imagine at some point it has to position itself somewhere on a file. I can also just castle here, which I guess is fine. The biggest issue is I'm down a piece. I mean, I really cannot emphasize that enough. To be fair, there are multiple qualifiers. You'd imagine the later qualifiers will be weaker. And I know that's already a sort of snakish sort of way to get yourself in there, but we get queen to b6, targets b2, sure. Do I really care? Not really. I mean, I guess I'll play knight b3 and defend it. Oh, I could have played this and then maybe trapped the queen. No, there was queen a2. Okay, pawn to h6. Wait a minute. We'll castle, but heavy on this idea. Very, very sharp eyes on that idea. So the hawk comes out. I'm going to play knight to c5. If they want this trade, I'm totally fine with it. It does put me in check. I'll move out of the way, but that's a very strong piece. If they don't go for that idea, I cover d7, and maybe I can get here, but the problem is they always have these defensive ideas. We'll see. I'm kind of optimistic all of a sudden. There's even like rook to e1, and then suddenly these two pawns are a little bit shaky because this pawn is pinned. There are ideas here, especially now that there's a weakness on these light squares. Okay, bishop goes back, or rather the hawk goes back. We'll shuffle. Oh, they're looking for this. How pesky. Okay, we'll play b4 and just kind of nail that knight in there on c5. Just really dig it into that position. Okay, the hawk comes out, pins the elephant. Sure, well played. We'll play this. If they do want to trade, that's one less piece that defends the king. And that's pretty much the idea we're blindly playing for now, is get onto these light squares somehow and make this king hopefully regret staying in the center. They are under a minute as well, so time could potentially play a factor in this. We'll go ahead and take back this way, and f5 is dropping on the next move no matter what they play. Well, you know, assuming they defend their queen. Yeah, queen to c7. I can take here because this is pinned. Now I have this battery as well on the long diagonal, or rather on the light square diagonal, so this is an idea as well. They do castle out of the way, so it's not as much of an idea anymore. Let's go here, then maybe queen this way. So if there is a trade, we get the queen there on h7. They are down to 30 seconds, but I do think we've somehow managed to make up for the fact that we did blatantly lose a piece. Knight to e4 is probably, that's not the knight. Knight to e4 is probably their best try, but we have check here now, which is very nice. The knight does take. We take back with check, defended by the hawk all the way down on b1, which I don't think the opponent did notice. The king comes out to play. We'll bring in the hawk as well, gives check, covers the square, covers the square. They have to go to f6 now. There's a lot of really good ideas here. Let me just not mess this up. Can't really take this because the elephant takes back, and then it defends a lot of squares. So how do I finish my opponent off now? Let's go g4. We're going for it. g4. I'm not going to in any way try to mix up this back rank. I'm going for check, takes, and I'm drawing the king out towards me. That's my idea. The king is going to come out to play this way, on this side of the playground. King comes out to g5. You'd imagine there's a winning idea here. Let me try and find it. Check. King goes back this way. Check. Bishop takes. Check. Where does the king go? Riddle me this. Riddle me this. Where does the king go? Check. I sack the rook. Sack the rook. Rook takes f1. Where does the king go? Oh, the queen comes out. Check. And that is mate. Okay, cool. So we do have a win on the board. I will say this is the first time I've played Seirawan chess in a very, very long time. So I do actively feel extremely rusty. Although I do remember this being one of the variants that I kind of just did enjoy playing in general. So we do get pawn to c4. How amusing. Let's play d5. What are we going to do about this? They do take. I will take back. I will continue without placing a piece. And then I'll just retreat. And I'm okay with fighting out this open center. Okay, they have the same general idea we do, and I have no issue with replicating that. Elephant on this side, since there's a tendency to castle. Oh, and they place the bishop in the same place as well. How very, very amusing. They are ahead on tempo, but we've managed to open up the center a little bit, which I think is nice. This threatens e5, which is not nice. I don't know what I do about that. Maybe bishop g4. I mean, I might as well place the hawk now. Sure. We'll place it now. It's not that difficult to get it to change colors, so I'm not super concerned about that. Even like this and then going back is an idea, so I'm not super concerned about this not being on b8 like it normally is. Now, question is, what is the opponent going to do about this situation? Let me take a sip of my monster while I contemplate. Oh, no time. Pawn to d4. Okay, pawn to d4. Let's go e6. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. There's no need to reinvent chess. We do get a3, which stops this idea. We'll keep it simple. Knight to c6. This knight is pinned, so d4 is something of a weakness, so we put pressure on d4. So far, so good. This is sound, I think. I mean, I can't actually take that. I've just realized, because actually I think they would just take back with the queen, and then I take, they take, and then this bishop is just left there looking at nothing. But okay, in my head it was good. So we'll continue with the idea that maybe it's still sound. Also, there's this, which I really like. Oh, not so much anymore because of d5 looking down this way. Okay. I mean, they do think that d4 needs to be defended, which is amusing. Although that's kind of a natural place to put your bishop anyways. We'll play g6 and look for this. Maybe I can develop the elephant. Okay, pawn to h3 forces the trade. I can't spare that bishop. It's literally just trapped. So we'll go out in this way, offer the trade. We do, in fact, get it. The elephant can't actually take because of the queen, but we do get d5. Ooh, that is a nasty looking move. And my knight has no central control because of the elephant. Yeah, that is a nice and very restricting find. Okay, you'd imagine I have to go back. Or maybe I can just, let me take and see what happens. Let me actually capture and test the opponent's boundaries. See if they have a concrete follow-up. Because if they take with the queen, I trade. If they don't, queen to e7 somehow just seems really annoying. If they cover, the knight to e5, and actually I'm the one targeting the elephant at that point. Give me your elephant. Yeah, with so many more pieces on the board, really trying to force the opponent to play the game on your terms is very difficult, but also there seem to be a lot of opportunities for it if you're just able to find it. Okay, they do just shuffle out of the way, which pins the knight, so f4 potentially loses the knight. You'd imagine I should probably do something about that, but I'm gonna castle. All right, they castle as well, so we've both decided to, at least for the time being, ignore our problems. Actually, no, they're looking for this, but now I don't have check. I mean, they could always have taken back, so I don't know. They decided to castle. What if I play here? f4. How much of a problem is f4? How many tears will I shed because of f4? Probably too many. Let's play this and just trade off the elephants, and then I can try to focus on, getting on the open file if we do get this trade. Yeah, we do in fact get this trade. I mean, this is terrible. There's no defense for that. That is a terrible looking pawn structure, but we no longer have this pin, and we can try to line up against g2. The bishop comes into play. Why are we in check? Uh-oh, please spare me. Please spare me. Where are you trying to go? I'm gonna go like this and try to boot that hawk as fast as possible. That looks like just bad news. Maybe knight g4, is that totally insane? Knight g4 takes, I don't know. Looks a little bit questionable. We'll play here, line up against this, and then look for this as well. Oh, we are even on time. They do trade a hawk for a rook, which is a little bit suspect. That doesn't seem like a good trade for them. Rook to e1, so they're looking for this again. Oh, leave me alone. What do I do about this? Is knight g4 premature? Queen to h4, what happens? Pawn to g3, I push. I mean, they don't have any other funny pieces. I'm the only one with a funny piece to play with. Oh, there's this. And then if I take back, I'm looking at g2. We're both under a minute, so it is a little bit of a time scramble now. Otherwise, we're just staring at these two pieces, and the queen comes into play at some point. Queen to c2. I mean, they get out of the way, which makes perfect sense. Allows queen g5 since the queen is no longer on the diagonal. I mean, if something like g3, yeah, no-brainer sacrifice. I'm not calculating one single move there. I'm sacrificing and I'm going in with the queen, and nobody can tell me otherwise that there is no checkmate there. Yeah, they're under 10 seconds. There has to be zero defense. I take here with check, queen g2. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's be careful now. Oh, this is an awesome check, so I'm going to play that first. Oh, queen g1 was always mate. Okay, we win that game as well. Let's jump back into the arena. I'd like to see the standings. Where am I? 20th. Holy smokes. Not nearly as good as I thought, and we get the same opponent, but with the white pieces, which is nice. Okay, everybody seems to be playing this. What's the excitement about pawn to c5? We'll drop this right away. What's the hype? I'm not in the loop. What's the hype with c5? We'll play c3. We do get the hawk to f8 looking this way and then d5. Okay, bishop d3. We'll continue without placing because we like to play knight t2 and then place the hawk. The problem is now this bishop is stuck back here. They've committed both of their pieces so quickly. I'm very amused and I'm very tempted to try to punish that, but I don't think there's any way to do that, to actually do that so early in the game. We get knight to f6. Okay, I see what's going on here. Let's go knight to e5. How do we feel about a trade? Give me a central pawn and a bright outlook on that diagonal. Ooh, I will move back. Oh no, my pieces are so cluttered. We'll play f4, defend that. Queen comes out to play, we'll play queen to e2. On the bright side, having this bishop on c1 means nobody can touch b2 ever. Knight goes to b6. This is so strange. Okay, let's go here. And then I want to castle, and then I want to push f5. In the perfect world, they played this to play this. That is not how it moves. I mean, it is, but to play this way. Okay, no, they're gonna fianchetto, but I hope they castle. That would be like my perfect situation. In fact, I'm gonna play here first. They developed the elephant instead. I'm trying to make progress without disrupting my position too much. I mean, this is kind of toast back here, so maybe a little maneuver like this is warranted. Okay, knight g3, and maybe they look for the queenside castle because they do play h5. If they castle queenside, I don't actually know what I'm playing for there. I'll offer this trade and maybe they can correct my pawn structure for me. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the help there. We'll play bishop to e3. Please, it's never too late. Perfect. Okay, they do castle kingside, which is exactly what we were hoping to get. Now, question is, why was I hoping for that? How do I actually attack them now? I mean, this looks extremely tempting. Takes, and I would play that because of knight to h5, but bishop to e8 defends it. So it's premature, it's too early. Let's go here. No, let's castle. I'm gonna get myself in trouble if I don't castle. I already know this much. Bishop to h4. Okay, not super concerned about this. This looks like fun. Maybe I just allow them to take. I don't know. My rook isn't in the game. As much as I enjoyed having this, I think moving it towards the center to get my rook in the game is justified. If we do get h4, I might even lose my mind. No, that's a crazy idea. I would probably have to take. They take and then like, I don't know, hawk to f3. How many times am I going to say hawk 2 and then get commented on that? Like, how many timestamps am I going to get in the comments below for saying hawk 2 something else? Especially if I stutter. I'm like hawk 2, and then I think of a move. Oh, goodness. RIP the comment section, which could have been a valuable discussion about S-chess. I'm kidding. I trust you guys. We do get hawk 2. What is that? I almost said h6. Oh, there it is. We get hawk to h6. Now, hawk to f3. I think this is sound. I think this is very, very sound, actually. Because if I look for this trade, then I have g4, and there's nowhere they can go about this. So we're going here, and almost certainly they trade. It's probably just the most comfortable thing for them to do here. Oh, they just move out of the way. Whoa. Check? That's mate? I'm not going to ask any questions. Perfect. Happy to get checkmate. That's all I needed. All right, we're in 11th place now. Who actually qualifies? I don't actually know who qualifies. Is that something I should have informed myself on? Yes. They say lol in chat. I'm going to say lol as well. You have to keep in mind, this is competitive, but it's a game at the end of the day. You want to have fun. Okay, pawn to e4. Now already I'm not having fun. No. Pawn to e4. What do I play against this? Let's go with a little Queen's Indian idea. How's that? And then I hope that they castle this way. Oh, they seem to feed into that. Let's go. Sure, why not? We'll place the hawk right away, and then we have somebody supporting this. Did I just see somebody's arrows? Did I just see this? I didn't draw that arrow. Have I been drawing the arrows for my opponent this entire time? I'm very wait, what? Wait, I need to ask them in chat. Can you see my arrows? I'm gonna draw some arrows. I don't care if this loses me a bit of time. I need to know in the long term if they can see my arrows. Because that's really bad if they were... Okay, I don't know whose arrow that was, but I saw somebody's arrows. They're not responding in chat though, so we'll just play this and drop the elephant on g8. I'm going to assume they can't. Let me rephrase. I'm hoping they can't. We get knight to c3. Let's just go h5 right away. I mean, this is just poised for a kingside castle, and I'm willing to bet I can cause them a headache over here. Ooh, h4. So they definitely want to castle kingside. Let's go knight to g4, and then I'm hoping I have this looking at f2. They still haven't responded in chat, so I'm hoping that means they can't, but I don't fully believe that with my heart. They do castle and then place the elephant on h1. This is also something I've seen come up now a couple of times, and I'm not really sure what the hype is about that either. g5, just stare into their position aggressively. h4, sure, we'll keep pushing. That's totally fine with me. They do take back. Oh, it's because this defends this. Oh, that's embarrassing. Let's go here, looking for h2, which we do get, so that is check. The opponent has to take back, and then we find a way into the position on h4. Yeah, so we take the elephant for 2 pieces, which is probably not a perfect trade, but I think it's arguably a decent one. Okay, the king goes back. Now, f6. I need to open this up. I need to open that up. I need to get the queen into the game. And the cool thing is they can only place this hawk as close as d1. I mean, those are the only squares they can place the hawk, which means my attack is pretty soundly coming together. Okay, the problem is my king is kind of exposed here as well. And I don't know how much that should be concerning me. Probably more than it is right now. Let's go here. How's that? We'll force our way through g5 by bringing the hawk into the situation. Oh, there's an interesting idea here where I take, and then they take on g5, but then place the hawk right behind it. Oh, they do that anyways, sure, to reinforce g5. Okay, let's do a different idea. We'll go f5. If I can't open this up, then I'll open up the diagonal instead, and then just shuffle the elephant over so we can get down to h1. We'll change up our idea here a little bit. So I will take. I don't even think I care about taking back. I just care about getting my pieces into that second rank. If the opponent does play rook to h1, obviously I'm not going to take. I'm going to allow them to take on h1 so I can take back with check. Ooh, okay, check. The argument here is that there's no mate, but I'd be willing to bet this, and then hawk to f5 should be mate, so check. Oh, they have knight g3. Didn't see that idea. It's funny, it's the type of move you only see after you've played. We'll see if they see it. I mean, if anything, that's even more natural than putting your king on e4. All right, let's see. How do I justify this situation now? How about check this way? I mean, the king is still cut off from the back rank, so you'd imagine they have to play king to e4 now. Then d5? There has to be mate there somehow, surely. Right? Maybe check this way? The knight has to come down and then I mate. They can't play this because it's pinned by the elephant, that is. Yeah, I feel like attacking the opponent thus far has been by far the best plan. Where can they... Oh, king to e5 was always possible. Okay, d6 is in fact checkmate. All right, standings, we are in 9th place. Who qualifies? Goodness gracious, I should really have looked at who qualifies. Oh, judge says opponents can't. Thank you, judge. Okay, perfect. Hey, shout out judge for letting me know that the opponent can't see my arrows. Oh, we get paired with the same person. All right, d4, d5. Now this is an opening I like to play. We'll continue without placing a piece. Knight to f3, we'll drop the elephant right away. Bishop d6, I drop the bishop back. It's a beautiful day for a semi-open file on the h file. And I play c3, this, drop that. Okay, they don't take. We'll play e3, play c3 next. Aha, I'm liking what I'm seeing. C3 always supports d4, but I'm very much enjoying the position that we are slowly getting. We'll continue without placing a piece again. And the sort of strategy of the elephant on g1, and then the elephant on g1 and the hawk on b1 has been really nice. Let me fix my posture. Oh goodness, I'm gonna be here for an hour and a half. So I've got to be sitting up straight. Okay, queen to b6, targets b2. Now what do I do? Now, queen to c2. Queen to c2 just walks into this idea, which just does not seem like a good time. Let's go queen to e2. How's that? Queen to e2. We'll continue without placing a piece. And the long-term idea would be knight to b1 and then place the hawk. And hopefully I won't even care if I lose my rook because I'll have such an amazing attack over here. Is that how this is going to play out? Probably not, but it's what we're going to aim for at least. Let's go. You know what? Even better? No. Yeah, even better. Let's castle and continue without placing a piece. I'm going to commit to the idea that this pawn is gone as long as the opponent castles. Okay, pawn to c4, the opponent is going to commit to the idea that my pawn is gone without letting me castle. You have to respect it. Okay, bishop c2 I guess is forced. And there goes my pawn. Okay, nice. Good start, good start. The rook is hanging. If I play this way, the bishop is gone. Wow, is there any trick here that I can use to not lose my rook? I think I can play this. Obviously, they can still take my rook, but the hope would be that they take and then I have bishop check, which drops the queen. But they don't. So I'm going to take here anyways, but it's not going to come with a nice tactical idea. Well, that's that. Let's go knight to d2 and then just place the hawk. Yeah, so I'm just down a rook, which is really not a good place to be. This is my advanced chess commentary. Don't lose your rooks. That's not a good idea. Let's go here and try to play e4. I still think we have something of a kingside attack if the opponent commits. If they don't, if they just like stay here or even castle queenside, then I don't really know where my practical chances are. e4, they finally place the elephant. Should they take? I take. They take. I take. I think I'm okay with that. It looks like a good time. Again, the idea would be we're threatening the fork and now we're forking these two pieces. So they do take back. We'll take with the bishop. If they do take, that's huge because we take with the hawk. The elephant comes in. We're having a crazy good time there. But if they don't, which they don't, which makes the most sense, they leave the hawk on d6. The question is, how do we continue with an attack? Let's go queen to e3. And my idea is if they do castle queenside, which is what I'm hoping is going to happen, we'll play hawk to d2 and then rook to b1, line up on the file, right? And we need the queen here to defend d2. Rook goes to b8. This opponent is not falling for these silly ideas. I mean, I can still play this anyways, right? And actually, I'm still threatening this because should they take, I just take back with the bishop. But they'd move the queen out of the way. Yeah, and I'm down to 26 seconds, so I'll probably go quiet here for a moment and try to focus on figuring out a way to bamboozle the enemy here. Okay, if the opponent wants a draw, then me being down a piece, I will 100% accept a draw, but they don't. Here, try to force open the kingside position. Okay, I do think I managed to snipe this one from the opponent. Again, I feel a little bit bad about how dirty this was, but I think I am kind of cleaning them up here. Yeah, and we do get mate. Wow, very, very dirty game, but we do manage to run away with the checkmate. Judge says he sent me a message. I will say, okay, I'll check after tourney. All right, where are the standings? You'd imagine I should keep better track. We are in the top 8. Let me rephrase. We are in 8th place with 17 points, 5 for 6. How do you have 21 out of 40? That seems kind of insane. Oh, unless these are already the people that qualified? No, this is an order. Yeah, this is an order by the number of points they have. How amusing. There are 30 minutes left in the tourney as well. Oh, candidate master. Yeah, we are in for trouble. Let's do this. Continue without placing a piece. On the bright side, we've been paired with the candidate master after the national master. So now we're totally prepared to beat him and other logical fallacies. Let's go. Okay, we're going to challenge that right away without placing a piece. Ooh, we're playing aggressively today, aren't we? Okay, let's do this and place the elephant right away. We are playing aggressive because they want me to take so they can take back and then have super iron control over e4. So I can't really do anything about this pressure anymore because I don't feel like walking into that idea. Now we're going to play here with the idea of placing the hawk. So there's more pressure on f5. Somebody defends d3 and they do move the bishop back. Okay, let's go here and we're looking for e4. Looking for that e4 push, and hopefully we A, complicate the position in the center for them, or B, encourage them, let's call it that, to castle kingside. Okay, we'll move back as well. We both have the idea of trying to bait the other into taking so that we can look down each other's files, which is kind of funny. So I have to already appreciate their approach to this variant. Let's play pawn to b4. If you do castle this way, I also want to be first at the starting line there. I'm going to take back with the hawk. We want a little trade of hawks. Okay, sure. If they want to be the one to initiate it, they can definitely take a tempo to do that. And then, I guess e5. Ooh, they do castle. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there an attack here still? I mean, this is way overextended, but is h4 even like remotely possible? I mean, I guess not because they have this. Okay, let's try this instead. We're still looking at h7. The problem is it's so well defended. Maybe this is one of the first games that I genuinely should consider playing on the queen side because you can see the space advantage I already have. My biggest concern, if anything, is a center break. So if I have space on the queen side and there are chances of a center break, why on earth would I try to commit for a kingside attack? That's like the worst possible conditions for that specific idea. I mean, e5 here just seems so natural. Oh, they developed the elephant instead. That is very amusing. I guess they really want e5. Okay, I'm going to castle out of the way. I don't think it's worth keeping the king in the center while this sort of unfolds. So now I have to play actual chess that doesn't involve bamboozling the opponent and their king. You'd imagine I can play this and just trade. I wouldn't be totally against a draw. How about I put it like that? I don't want to draw, but I wouldn't be totally against it either. Yeah, we can trade here. I mean, their position is still better than mine, but it is now just regular chess. So me versus a candidate master in regular chess. What are my odds? I don't know. I'm gonna find out today though, so we'll see how this plays out. Queen to e4. Yeah, they want me to trade so they can centralize the knight and target c3. So I'm gonna play queen d4. If you want to trade, then you're gonna have to fix my pawn structure for me. And they do. Well, obviously I'm going to take with this pawn, and my whole idea now is just a minority attack on the queen side. If anything, I might be a little bit more comfortable here. This is very amusing how quickly this has changed. Knight goes to e4. I don't think they're expecting us to be very... I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm such a good chess player, but I don't think they're expecting us to be terribly good. Because to be fair, I'm rated less than them in the variant. And unless you check my profile, even if you check my profile, you can't see what my normal rating is. We do get rook to d8. This is very, very drawish already. Oh, they want me to play here so they can jump in with this and then that. Well, that's not going to happen. Let's go here. So we cover our bases. They might just give me the boot over here though, in which case I'll reroute to c5. Actually, maybe that's what I should do in the first place. Okay, they encourage me to follow my idea of playing knight to c5, but they go to c4 themselves. I'm going to try to hold down this pawn, but they'll probably just defend it with a rook. And then, oh, they don't. Very, very interesting. Here, takes. I'm just losing a pawn there for no reason. Let's go. How amusing. How very, very amusing, actually. I'll tell you what, they're giving me a run for my money for certain. Let's go here. What are the odds I can sacrifice for a knight and win this in devilish fashion? Rook to e7, so the rook is centralized, but also defending b7. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, I mean, let's go a5, I guess. We'll look for this idea. That way we see c4, but we're also on b6 ourselves. If they do play knight c4, can I sack there? Or is that like completely unhinged? Well, it doesn't matter because I'm getting knight b6 anyways. And they're going for a kingside attack. Okay, wow. Interesting. I did not even loosely consider that concept. Yeah, that's super amusing, actually. All right, we'll move to the center so we can take then king d2, I guess. I mean, they have like this, which is kind of scary, but maybe I survive there. So I have to take. That's obvious. Maybe I have this. G3. If they do want to give check, I play king G2, and suddenly we're in drawish territory again. But if they move out of the way, then I have king G2, right? My king doesn't have to be in the center, and I can fight for the open file because they still have, right? They still have a tempo there before they can get over. So now I can trade, and there's no entrance down here. We'll play this, I guess. And I should probably be looking for this sooner rather than later. Yeah, knight to E4, I don't think causes me any practical issues yet. So I can play this. We're both a little bit under a minute, but still both okay. I mean, I'm looking for this, hitting that and that. Hopefully I force them to trade, I take back, and then I'm the one playing with some sort of pressure, although this whole thing kind of screams draw. The opponent does not agree. The opponent does not agree whatsoever that this screams draw. So we will go for a rook trade. And I'll just try to develop my king now, I guess. Accept draw? Yeah, GG's. Yeah, kind of a tough one. Tough guy to get paired, or rather, I don't know if that was a woman. I don't know. Tough person to get paired against, because we played extremely evenly the entire time. I mean, there was like some back and forth, but I don't know. The whole thing kind of smelled like draw from the middle game. Okay, we are in 9th place with a score of 21, and now we're paired against Emil. Let's go for this again. That was a lot of fun last time. I have nothing against repeating whatever that little frenzy was. We're targeting this right away, which they do defend. Fair play. We'll play e6. They bring out the bishop. What if I play this? We'll continue without playing a piece. d4. Very nice move. Okay, we'll pin the knight. They develop the hawk. Can I take and then take this? That does look free to me. And suddenly I'm looking down the long diagonal again, which is nice. They do castle. Oh, and they place the elephant here. So I will develop and place the elephant since now I'm 100% certain that we're going for this attack over here. The hawk develops as well, pinning the knight and then hitting the bishop. Okay, I'll go ahead and trade off my bishop, I guess. Oh, there's this. Shouldn't have fell for that. Okay, d5 boots their bishop, which they do retreat, which is nice. Yeah, I could have played that way more precisely. I need to slow down on my moves a little bit. Let's go h5. I really don't think it's premature to start just sacrificing stuff to open up anything against the king. Genuinely, I don't even think it matters exactly what we open up. As long as we open up something against that enemy king, there will always be attacking ideas. h3. The opponent does not elect to engage. Okay, we'll go knight d7 so we can support this and cover e5. So none of these really strong pieces can centralize. Hawk really has no future here, so Hawk to d6 makes the most sense. Pawn to c4, wow, is a very, very sound move. Just going for a very normal center break. Okay, yeah, and I can't even take because of this. I mean, c6, I guess, is forced. Oh, and do they have this? Oh, they probably do because of this, but they don't see it. They play c4 instead. Can I support with the hawk? I mean, it's literally just not supported enough. We'll go elephant to e7. This is literally just not, the pawn is not a supporter with this pin. So elephant here, even if I lose a pawn, is kind of necessary. Yeah, this is really bad. This was a total waste of time. Okay, what do we do here? Maybe I just take? Oh, it's so bad. But I'm going to take and just lose the elephant for the bishop, which is terrible. Genuinely an awful trade, but I've got some pressure a little bit off of my position. I can now at least pseudo fight for the center. My king isn't in as much danger, and maybe I can redirect over here at some point. Although this whole thing does a great job of defending. Yeah, hawk to the center. I mean, we'll offer a trade. I mean, I think it's one of the few ways that we can get this guy out of here. Because the more I allow them to centralize their pieces, the worse my king in the center is going to be. Now, obviously, being down material, I shouldn't want to trade pieces, but I don't really think I have a choice. Oh, queen comes out with check. That's pretty nasty. Can I just move the king out of the way? I mean, castling just makes way more sense if I can muster it up. We'll just move the king, sure. Yeah, rook shuffles over. Let's go here. And again, my best bet here is a Hail Mary king side attack and hope that something spawns of that. Rook to c6. Maybe I move my queen a little bit closer. There's not an actual idea there. If this were a hawk or an elephant, this would be a little bit more substantial, but it's just a queen. So she kind of just looks at this, which is already defended. But you never know. When you start to restrict the opponent's position a little bit, ideas can get funny. Rook takes. Oh my goodness, with the check. Is that good though? I don't think it is, because I take back the elephant. Oh, and I drop the rook at the end. Wow, that's a nice find. Okay, we'll play this spite check. That's all it is. There's no follow-up there whatsoever. Move the knight back, and then maybe we somehow confuse the opponent. That's genuinely the best shot we have here. H3, and the opponent gets confused and has a stroke. No, they probably just play G3 and close the position. Yeah, that makes sense. What do we do here? Check? King goes back. Like 99% sure there's nothing here, but kind of want to look around. Let's go here. Target F2. I mean, they're probably going to give check and then I move out of the way. Oh, and then check here. Oh, that's not good. Oh, they don't play that. Oh, because they want me to go there, so I lose the knight. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a choice. Oh, queen to f7. Wait a minute. Suddenly there's hope, maybe? What there is 20 seconds on my clock. Check. We'll take this, I guess. We'll advance. I mean, I'll play this out to the bitter end. Oh, there's the bitter end. They have this. Yep, that is a nice find, and we will resign that game. GG's to the opponent. I mean, if they're going to crush me, I'd at least like to let them break free and go crush some other people too. Okay, we've dropped down to 10th now. Oh, only the winner of each qualifier moves on to the final. So our odds here are already terribly slim. We do get d5, we'll develop the bishop and continue that placing. Yeah, what I might do is just play a later bracket. Knight to c6, play this here right away. Okay, we'll play bishop d3. Sure, knight to f3, we'll drop the elephant right away. Knight to e4, knight d2, and then we'll drop the hawk as well. And then I'm just looking for c3, and there's a lot of pressure on e4 there. If they do take, I'll take back with the queen. Oh, but they don't. So they do drop this. They're getting ready to place the elephant, but that's probably going to be placed here when they castle. So it's going to be kind of nice to already have the hawk in the center when that does happen. They do take. Sure, we'll take back. Maybe they'll look for a trade instead. In which case, I'll probably just play queen d3 and centralize. Ooh, queen d3 looks at h7. f5. Hawk here hits the queen, hits h7 again. And then I can develop the elephant and target it as well. Ooh, they're going to give me the queen for the hawk? That's probably fine for them. That's probably not that bad, actually. We'll go ahead and castle long. Hawk comes out to play, targeting f4. Knight to e5 centralizes. So the idea there is blocking the hawk. Ooh, we do take back with this nice little pawn chain we have. And the hawk does centralize, which does hit the queen. You'd imagine I can just take and then play this. Right, and then I'm targeting the e4 pawn, and weirdly enough, it would somehow still defend f2. All right, we do get elephant to c6, which means I can take that pawn. Elephant comes out to the side, targeting a2 now. Just play a3. I mean, if they play check, I just move out of the way. Or even better, I move forward. Yeah, we do get check. We'll move ahead, forces the elephant back, or back to b6, sure. That works as well. Let's go here, supporting f2, and then maybe we go for a push of some kind. G5. Okay, I'm just going to play H4. If they take, I'm going straight this way. Oh, rook to F4. Interesting. Boots my elephant, and I'd probably rather not lose it for a rook. So I'll play here. I'm targeting E6, although it is defended. They do double up. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This just got way more intense, and I am dropping H4 now just for free. I mean, I can still move over and, put pressure on it, but it's not nearly as convincing as it was a couple of turns ago. Oh, not to mention, this is free. Yeah, I mean, they defend it now. Let's go here. And then I want to play G3 and try to open up the king. Rook to G7 defends. So what if I double up my rooks instead? If I double up my rooks, I drop G2. This is not looking great. Okay, now they do drop C7, which means I can take. There's this check, which is kind of cool, although not necessarily consequential. Check. Maybe here, and then we just trade. I think that's okay. It's a fork on the rook and the elephant, so they kind of have to take. They do target it, which makes sense. We'll go ahead and take. And I do think this is already a winning endgame for us. We'll play G4. So this is defended. And now, well, now I don't really know. I mean, I guess we can double up. Just play here, look for F3. Rook goes back. If I play here, they play here. I play G5, they take. I take, that has to be winning, surely. King shuffles over is nice. Okay, we'll go this way instead. Check, we'll move to B3. Oh, they have this, which defends H6. They don't see it. So we are able to take, but that was a very lucky miss. Okay, check. You'd imagine we just take, so they can't play this. The rook comes down. We move back. This is still defended. We'll play a little bit of a trappy line here. They'll probably go for C3. Oh, they don't. They move the king over. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and I can't take because b2. Let's be very careful what we play here. This way? Yeah, I don't really know how to stop their advance. Maybe I just play check and drop the pawn on purpose and try to play that endgame out. Ah, they advance the king. No such luck. Okay, d6. We'll continue to insist a little bit. King does go back. Check. I mean, we can still force a trade this way. Yeah, and they do finally take, which means we can trade on d2. They do take back. We'll take on a7. And surely I can win 3 pawns against none. We'll play here to cut off the king. King comes forward. There are a bunch of different checks. Check here is fine. King shuffles over. Check here is next. King will shuffle over back to b3 to defend c3. Sure, this is fine as well. Move forward. Rook can't see me from here. Check, check. Surely I win this. Surely I still remember how to play chess. Okay, b5. I can move back and play c4. It's fine as well. Now, check forces the enemy king back, and then a6 creates a sort of coral reef that my king can move between. Now, here, and I can move back to a5, which gains me another tempo. So then I can push, then move the king back over. Ooh. Well, I have this, though, right? And then I play here, and I'm threatening mate, so rook c8 is forced. Yeah. Okay, but what do I actually do with that information? Check here. Ooh, that looked so good a second ago. How about check this way? Here takes, here check is winning, but it's not forcing, right? They can just move out of the way. Oh, they move over because they're looking for stalemate. Oh, wait, can I allow that? Here takes, here. I move over. I'm fine with that. Or they're just looking for repetition. Yeah, they are. Okay, we're going to reorganize ourselves here. Rook all the way over. Sure, I'll move back, and I'll try to advance this way instead. Rook all the way over as well. So the only way I can advance is by bringing the rook down to cover the 4th rank. Sure. Here, and then here? And then I'm forcing b7, or rook to c8 if they come up to defend. Yeah, so we did manage to finagle the victory, finally, against this opponent. I don't know how much time is left in the tournament. They do shuffle over. We'll promote with queen check. Shuffle the rook back, which forces them here, and then rook here is mate. Nice, we do manage to win the game. Let's go into the next game. There's 6 minutes left, so odds are this next game we won't even win. Somebody in chat says, yay, victory. So shout out to anybody that's observing me. 49 is just tough, though. How do you come back against that many points? That seems kind of insane. We've only won 7 games. Yeah, that is a tough. Almost guaranteed we're not going to be the top qualifier here. Oh, and we play against this opponent again, sure. We'll go with the same idea. It was extremely sketchy last time, but I don't know, I'm kind of excited to lean into it again. Might as well play exciting in the last round, because there's no way we're qualifying first. Bishop to d3. This? Do you not fear me? Do you not fear me and my crazy ideas? Oh, they just place the, wow, they do not fear me at all. They could not care less. Wow, that's very interesting. And we'll go ahead and place this right away, sure. Fear me, opponent. Tremble in your boots, please. I need somebody to be scared of me. We get knight to c3. Can we not trade everything? We can, but why on earth would I do that to myself? Maybe I just play e6. Wow, what an absolute fake idea. That did nothing. f5, we get knight to f3. Go ahead and pin this way, but they're going to castle out of the way anyways. Yep, makes sense. Let's play here. So if they ever do take, I take back and I unleash my elephant. Sure. I mean, they could trade the queen for the elephant, and that's probably, practically speaking, maybe even. I get queen to d2, though. Aha, knight here. And this is pinned again. Not to mention, they have to move one of these 2 pieces, maybe the rook, in order to place that elephant. Oh, I can highlight it. Look at that. I can highlight the elephant. Okay, they do take. I take this way, target this, weaken that. Knight to e5, so it's hard to get on that diagonal. Go ahead and castle. Sure. Castling is usually a good idea. I mean, again, there were 6 minutes left a second ago, so the odds that we finish this game are pretty slim. There's no reason not to go for an attack. I mean, I'd be willing to bet they could even stall out, or wait a minute. Maybe this, well, it's arena style, so it should automatically abort the game if there isn't enough time. Knight goes back. Oh, it's not free because of the hawk. What if I trade? Can I trick you into taking with the hawk because it's the more natural move? Or are you too sly and you're going to take with the queen instead? Or you're going to take with the pawn and completely bamboozle me. Okay, let's go this way then. All right, we're looking for this sort of trappy idea. I mean, there are a lot of different pieces that are capable of defending on g2 that can go through e3, so it's not super convincing. Oh, now I can take. I'm totally fine with sacking the hawk for another hawk and a knight. That seems like pure advantage. Now e3 is definitely possible because we open up this idea. I guess they can just take. Oh, they don't. Oh, maybe they're not scared. Maybe they genuinely are not scared of that idea at all. Okay, check. Now we have to prove that they should have been scared the entire time. Wow, that is going to be tough. Rook to f2 threatens mate, so rook g1 you'd imagine, yeah. Now I have check. Aha. Riddle me this. How is that not mate? Nice. You know what? Respect to the opponent for not just timing out. There's a minute 30, so there's not going to be time for an extra game. And we do finish in 9th place. Not the performance I wanted. Did I win 8 games? Wow, 8 for 10 is actually not bad. I thought I was like 6 for like 9 or something. Yeah, 8 for 10 is not bad at all. Okay, I can walk away with that and feel like that's respectable. Are there any really strong players that I can observe while I wait for the timer to run out? Oh, this guy's live streaming. I think I've seen his live streams before, like a long time ago. I don't really remember though. National Master. Yeah, I mean, our chances here are impressively slim. Wait, this isn't I Am Rosen, is it? Oh, it is. That's actually Eric Rosen. Wait, he's playing right now? Oh, he's live streaming. What? Oh, Eric is live right now. Oh, that's very funny. I mean, I saw that Eric was live streaming a while ago, which is what gave me the idea to play this, but I had no idea Eric was actually playing this. 6 for 11. Hey, not bad. I mean, okay, the tournament is officially closed. So, wait, are there still 10 games? Could I have still been playing another game? Oh, I could have. I thought I was going to abort the last game like it usually does for like closed club tournaments, but I guess it doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't because there are still active games going on. Okay, well, that's good to know as well. Go ahead and see the standings. I mean, that's the only thing I have to stare at. So that means there's a slim chance I could play Eric if I decide to queue up again. Can I observe Eric's game? Oh my goodness, he is playing and I can observe it. All right, this is Eric's game. If I can't win myself, I might as well live vicariously through a stronger player. Okay, what is happening here? Eric's queen is gone, but the opponent's king is kind of exposed. A very interesting position. All right, might as well do the outro with an Eric game playing in the background. I might try to play the other qualifiers, but the odds that I finish first are so slim that I'm not totally sure that it's worth it, especially given how rusty I am with Seirawan chess and the fact that I'm literally just playing with the ideas that I developed like months ago when I first played it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below if you guys played in this tournament. I would love to know if somebody in the comment section is somebody that made it into the finals. I think there are 8 qualifiers and it's double knockout, so there should only be 8 players. And also let me know if you guys did participate in this. I know for a fact at least some of you were observing because I talked to you in chat, so shout out to you guys. Consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.